Yes, I'm not stupid.
Well, I disagree with that, sir.
Yes, I'm not stupid.
Well, I disagree with that, sir.
Yes, I'm not stupid.
Well, I disagree with that, sir.
Yes, I'm not stupid.
Well, I disagree with that, sir.
Yes, I'm not stupid.
Well, I disagree with that, sir.
Wait a minute, I gotta turn the music off. Good morning, happy Halloween. How are y'all? What's going on, you guys? Look at all these comments. You guys are raring to go. Okay, so just so you know, let me go ahead and share screen this because I do have that's 10. Yeah, I've got branch 10 ready to rock and roll. Nothing so far though. Now it is said that he is supposed to be on Zoom this morning. It's supposed to be appearing via Zoom. Hey Andrea, in your first live. Oh my gosh, Jim Jr., you did a membership. Well, bless your little heart. All right, y'all gotta tell me who got it because I won't see from this side. And warning, heads up, just so everyone knows, my allergies are going insane right now. So I'm very nasally. I'm very sniffy. I apologize in advance because it's annoying. Y'all like my intro? Oh, 2 Men and a Lady got it. Well, there you go. Well, congratulations, and thank you so much, Jim Jr., for your kind donation for a membership. Here they won't let him represent himself anymore. Yeah, so we did that clip of Erica on my community tab where she said that she didn't think they were going to let him. She said they ain't going to let him. I think someone's probably told her there's no way they're going to let him do this again, the way he ran the courtroom last time. And I think, and I said this the other day, I think it could be two parts. Like one part is that the judge can say, well, the last time you did this, you made a mockery of the courtroom. And two, this is a trial where you have intimidated a witness. That's part of your charges. So no, we're not going to allow you to interrogate or question this witness in the courtroom. No, we're not going to do that. That's just my take. Now, I'm not a lawyer. I did not eat my Wheaties this morning, and I did not sleep at a Holiday Inn last night. So take that for what it's worth. Oh, Ashley Lynn became a new member. Bless your little pea-picking heart. Welcome to the Hee Hee and the Kiki Club. And for those of you who have come for the Brooksaholics Anonymous meeting, the meeting will be delayed. Hey, Casey. The meeting will be delayed today because he's in court. He's got a court date. Oh my goodness, Miranda, she's coming in as a new member as well. Welcome, Miss Miranda. Y'all are going insane in the chat. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all got that? Is it a full moon still? I think it is. Oh my God, did y'all go out and look at the moon? Like from where I'm at, right? From where I'm at. The moon was absolutely beautiful this last couple of times. Casey, so this is just the beginning. This is a pre-trial. This is a status hearing for them to appoint counsel to him because I guess his last attorneys, he didn't like what they wanted to do. He's not going to like what this attorney wants to do either. And you know what's going to happen, you guys? He's going to keep doing this. He's going to keep wanting to change attorneys until they tell him no more. And then if they tell him that he can't represent himself, well, he's like, well, what you going to do? And then there's going to be that one last attorney that gets stuck with him. Bless his little heart. Wait, did we get another member? Oh, did I already say Heidi? Wait, did I already say thank you, Heidi, for becoming a member? I don't remember. Okay. So, last time, and I'm just, warning you guys, last time we came in here, they didn't show this on Zoom. They didn't show this in their little courtroom thingy. So we waited around and waited around. And so today I've got some clips ready for us that if it doesn't happen, we'll have something to watch anyway, right? Mark, you crazy boy. Good thing I didn't have you in timeout. Mark just gifted 5 memberships. Okay, I'm not going to send you to the other courtroom today then. You can hang with us today. You're so kind. So kind. Let me see. You guys are insane. This is my trick or treat gift from y'all, I guess. Now, it does say on here you could be a lucky recipient of a character production membership with access to exclusive perks. Perps. Well, there will be exclusive perps. Allow gifts. So you do have to allow gifts to get one of those. That's what's coming in when I'm on my side of it. Okay, Tiffany Holman, Jean Williams, Irene, you got one. Working Man got one. Muriel Steinhauer. Well, you guys, congratulations. Congratulations, kids. Welcome to the crazy train. We hit 160 likes. Well, you know why? Because when this stream has been up forever and a day. It's been set up forever and a day. And it's been at the end of a lot of my other live streams. So people go in and they hit the like button. So yeah, kind of got a head start. I have to figure out how to become a member with you, Carrie. Melanator, you don't know how to do that. Girl, I think you just go down the bottom and there's there's 3 little symbols down below where you would type in your chat. And next to the emoji, there's a $sign and then there's a plus sign. Does she hit the plus sign or does she hit the $sign, you guys, to get one? Miranda gifted one too. Oh, you guys. This is better than chocolate. Who got yours? Robin got yours. Robin Mateki. I know I'm probably saying that wrong. Thank you, Miranda. Poor Melanator. I'm one of those though. I would sit in a chat room and I would never get one. So I know how you feel. Yeah, so when they gift memberships, you guys, it just goes out like YouTube assigns it. There's no way, unfortunately, there's no way that you can pick who you would like to give the membership to. Ruby Marshall, girl, I just love your comments, and I think this might be the first live I've seen you on. Ruby says he's probably playing games again, having a baby tantrum because he can't harass Erica himself. Girl, don't you know it? Don't you know it? Good morning from Kentucky. Well, good morning, JB. Golly, you guys are awesome. Hey, Retta. I only see a $sign. I think if you click that, it gives you the option to do like a super chat or to join. I think that's how you do it. Let's see. Helen says, Melanator, there should be a member tab above the chat. Above the chat? Okay. Well, welcome After Dark Coffee and Crime. Glad for you to become a member. You sound like just my type of person. Drinking coffee after dark and talking about crime. Girl. You guys, have y'all seen the new Temu? Do y'all ever go on Temu? They've got these little cute little t-shirts that say something about coffee and crime on them. And I thought that would be a great giveaway one day. Let's see. There's a... Speaking of which, y'all better go ahead and grab your coffee. I did say it right. Okay, thank you, Robin. So when you get... Heidi says that when you get a gifted membership, you should get an email notification too. I know one thing that a lot of times you guys say you don't see the lives when they come in or whatever. And again, I apologize for my sniffling. I know that mine goes to like my spam or promotions folder. So you might want to look at that and see if that's where your notifications are going. Kim, thank you, honey. Oh my gosh. Kim from California? Is that what that CA means? Thank you so much for your super chat, Miss Kim Anderson. Happy Halloween. I'm banned from Temu. Who banned you? Your husband? Or your spouse? 24-ounce 6-shot. We need a mega pint of coffee this morning. I know I do. I want to go to bed last night, you guys. I always do that. If I have to get up early to do a stream, I do not want to go to bed at night. I got this bad boy playing and nothing happening. Let me refresh this stream. Why is it coming back up again? It just says Cord is currently not streaming. Now, I want to show you guys one other thing. Where's it at? So, I went in there this morning. I checked last night, too. And I was looking at what's going on here with his court stuff. And basically, they haven't even updated the docket since 9/14. But you see how they've got this up here for his court date this morning at 6:30 or 8:30. So... I'm pretty certain she does not have to be there today. Didn't Erica say she does not have to be there this morning? But he does. And it says defendant to appear via Zoom for next court date, which is scheduled for 10:31 at 8:30 a.m. for a council conference. Status conference scheduled for 8:30 a.m. So we'll see if it happens. We're going to be on it. So let's go back over here and get back in there. Make sure we got it up. I need to be banned from Temu. I get in there and get excited. You know what I noticed the last time I went in there? They took off I think they did, unless I'm just not signed in. I had like a little wish list started up. Real Talk with Retta has been a member for 2 months. Well, congratulations on your anniversary, girl. We love you too. You're funny. Is that docket sheet time stamped? And no, and I don't think it has an exhibity sticker on it either, Tim. So y'all been watching Judge Darrell on the Visine case, huh? So the eye drop murder case, how's that going? Are y'all enjoying it? Because I went in there one day to watch it, and it was kind of boring to me. Ooh, what tastes like a Snicker bar in a cup? I want one. What does, Jim? I gotta go back here and see what Jim said. Snickers is my favorite. Okay. 24-ounce, 6 shots, white chocolate, caramel mocha to start my day. Oh, do you get that at Dunkin' Donuts or Star Fox? Hey, Avery Zitko. Thank you for becoming a member of the He and the Kikian Club. We hope that we can help you with your Brooksaholics problem. Probably not, but no, what we can do is we can help you sustain that problem for very long. At some point you guys know we have to stop doing this, right? We have to stop meeting like this. I don't want to stop meeting. I just want to stop meeting on this particular topic. Like we have to move on to another crime. Another crime. That's just we can't all continue to do this over and over again. So I'm going to keep running. I'm going to do all of the testimony courts like we've been doing. Yes, it's law for law. Damn it. Good morning, Avery. I can't believe you did a membership and a super chat all at the same time. Thank you so much. Yeah, I heard that the Timo will sell your info, but that's like the app. I don't have the app. I go online and look at the thing. So I don't know if that makes any difference or not. All right. White coffee. I've never had white coffee. I have I drink like I'll drink a strong cup of coffee. I want a strong cup of coffee, not Starbucks. I don't like the Starbucks because to me that tastes burnt. I want a strong cup of like Dunkin' Donuts style coffee, and I want tons of cream so that it's blonde. It looks blonde. That's my that's my jam. That's my groove. Am I practicing law from the bench? From the bench, from the bench. And there's nothing in my coffee, by the way, except for creamer. No alcohol. I, c- I can practice coffee from the. I mean, I can. Oh my God. I swear to y'all, I'm not drinking. I'm just not awake yet. You haven't missed anything yet, Leslie. We're still waiting for them to come in. I don't know. If they don't show us again, I'm gonna be so ticked off. Okay, let me go into another. Let me go into another thing. I want to just see if there's somebody else that might be streaming it. I know some other people might be streaming it, but like a news feed. So I'm gonna pull that up just to have that as a plan C. Yeah, but there's nothing. My girl J9 Eve is on too this morning. She's nonstop. She talks about me being dedicated. She's on there all the time. She does a lot more than I do, I think. You love strong Americana coffee? Light coffee, blonde. Okay, wait, y'all. I gotta blow my nose. I gotta put it on pause. I mean, I gotta put myself on mute. Sneezing crazy, like crazy. I know that y'all really appreciated me telling y'all that, but I mean, at least I mute it. I don't know if it's the change in the weather or what, but my allergies are crazy. Janice. Oh, Janice. Janice. You know what that reminds me of? Our good friend Chandler Bing, who, God rest his soul, passed away this past week. Love your lives. Enjoy some coffee this morning. I hope your allergies get better. Thank you. I don't know if you think it's allergies or you think it's a change in the weather. I guess it's a little bit of both. I need to go get in the pool. I want a heated pool. You guys, in the summertime, I live in the pool. Y'all remember Janice from Friends? Oh my God. Sorry, I guess I should have given you a warning for that one. Janice. Janice. Yeah, I had told her, I'm like, I sent her a thing. I'm like, we should collab one day, like on something big, like when he goes to trial. Like one day we'll be on her stream and one day we can be on mine. I think it'd be good for both of us. Well, I don't know what is going on. I know. Matthew Perry was my favorite. He was my favorite. And bless his heart, he struggled so hard with his demons with the first it was the painkillers. Well, it was I think he drank already. He was I think he just had an addictive personality maybe. Like he drank and then he got into painkillers after he had that jet ski accident. And you could see his weight fluctuate on the show like dramatically. I wonder when he gained a lot of weight if that's when he was doing well and not doing, drugs and drinking. That's what I would think. Eating instead of doing you know what I mean? That would be me. It's snowing. Nuh-uh. Melanator, it's not snowing where you're at. Are you serious? Oh, Patty has t-shirt on. I need to get one of his t-shirts. They never stream these. They did it first, Lady Miss J. They did it first. At one point they were. 6 inches. Holy manoli, y'all are kidding me. Hey, Kevin Henry. Welcome to the He and the Kikiing Club. We are 10 minutes in to trial time, and we are still awaiting something to be shown. Now, remember yesterday when we were on the Sarah Boone thing, she didn't come until like, what? And it was almost an hour we waited for that one to come up on the docket. But he's coming in via Zoom. So it shouldn't be that difficult. Carrie, not everyone lives in the South. Mel has to remind me, well, what's it like up? It's snowing over already? Oh, it's only October. Holy manoli. Y'all going trick-or-treating tonight? I'm going to go trick-or-treat at the casino. I sure am. My bestie and I are going over to play the slots and blackjack. I like blackjack too. Oh, you didn't know before today? Oh, well, Kevin, you got to go back and catch up because let me tell you, we got a lot of stuff on here. My whole channel, almost my entire channel, is dedicated to this moron that they call D. Brooks. We even have a D. Brooks School of Law. Yes, we do. So you gotta, when you get off of here, just go back into the playlist and just have a ball. Just have a ball. Yeah, well, so I've got it up on branch 10 and I've got it up on branch 4, and neither one of them are streaming, which is really annoying because this has happened so many times. It's like they don't even care about us out here wanting to see everything that's going on. Did you, Mark? Did you hit the $1,500 jackpot? Oh, Mark. Well, congratulations. Now, here's the real question. How much did you put in before you hit it? Because I'm going to be honest. I think I pretty much had put in almost what I won back. You know what I mean? Which was okay because that just, I got like a free weekend is the way I looked at it. That was when I went in June. I haven't been sewing in June since June. So if you think about it, I mean, I'm controlling my habit very well. June, you hit 72K. Mark, where are you going? Mark, you have to be like my mom or my dad used to be. They'd sneak down to we call them the boats here, because in Biloxi, when they first started, they had to be on water. So they put them on they built these casinos on these barges, right on the Mississippi Biloxi coastline right there. And so from day one, we've always called them the boats over here. I cannot believe you hit 72K. You are lying. You're lying. If I had 72K, I wouldn't be on YouTube with me. I'd be out spending it. Nancy said calling him by his name was misleading and mind-boggling. Addiction is a powerful thing. We got all kinds of addicts in the chat here for the Booksaholic. And I'm not trying to make fun of you. If anyone is a true addict, I'm not trying to make fun of that. But we really do have a problem with watching this damn trial, y'all. Yeah, right? Right, Tiffany? I'm going to bring Mark along. Look, I'm going to do this. Mark, let's do this. How about I live stream while I'm pulling the slot machines and you're there with me? Will that work? Jim won 20K in a Texas Hold'em tournament. Holy moly, you guys. I've never won that kind of money. But I don't put in a lot either, though. I'm too scared. I'm too scared. Scared to lose my booty. We have 448 people watching right now. Gosh, you guys, thank you so much for being here with me this morning. 2 years ago, my friend hit 250K. What? Hang on. I had to sneeze. 250K. So after taxes, she probably got what? 150K? Did I just blow my nose in y'all's ear? I apologize. I thought I had it on mute. So at 250K, she got like 180, like 150K probably after taxes, I would think, right? You could pay off a freaking house with that, man. That's awesome. I'd love to win enough just to pay off all my credit card debt and then go cut up all my credit cards. Yes, thank you, Stephen. Please like the video. Please like our video today, this morning. Look, I lost eight viewers probably because I was Did I blow my nose in y'all's ear? I really apologize. I did not mean to do that. I thought I was hitting mute. $20. 20K for a great night. You put $200 in and you got 20K back? Oh, because that was the tournament buy-in. Oh, I got you, Jim. Okay. I've never done a tournament. I always thought about, like, I wouldn't mind doing like what do you call it? A slot tournament. Or do you do the buy-in? Or blackjack? I would do a for sure. I would do a blackjack tournament. I'm pretty good at blackjack. Like I know when to hold them, and I know when to fold them. That's my girl texting me right now, telling me what time we're leaving. Hang on, y'all. She's off today. All right, girl. Oh, yep. All right, let's get this stream rolling so I can go to the boats. You won 100,000 in pennies, 100,000 pennies one time? I tell you what, though, if you're doing penny slots, for those of you who are not familiar with slots, don't think just because you get on a penny slot that you're not going to spend a lot of money. You spend more on a penny slot sometimes than you do a quarter slot or a dollar slot, even. So you got to be careful. You got to look at how many lines you're playing and all that. Okay. I know, but I don't. If I'm so sorry, you guys. I blew my nose in your ear. I'm so embarrassed that I did that. Yeah, please don't get fired from your job because you're listening to this. For those of you that are coming in, oh, I just had a huge drop in views. See, sometimes all of a sudden. All right. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do one last refresh over here on this side to see if anything's going on. I noticed that what is it, Southern Law or Southern Lawyer? He's not streaming this morning. That's probably why everybody's over here. All right, let's watch some video. I'm going to keep this thing up, okay? And I'm going to keep it open and on my thing. So if it comes on, we'll switch over to it without any thing. Hey, you guys, give Crazy KC a big thank you for moderating. And oh, Barbara Schultz, if you're on here, honey, if you're just listening, I saw your email about wanting to mod. And yes, I need to add, when you come back on, I'll add you. I just taken you off because you weren't on here for a while. All right, so let's get to a video. How about we start with Officer Carpenter? Not the male version, the female version. The one who arrested his little crazy dang butt, right? Why isn't it playing? I don't know why video. This is our StreamYard issue. Hang on, I'll just pull it up again. So stupid. So stupid. The StreamYard thing. Oh, look at little Ugg Mug. He's Mr. Ugg Mug. Check him out. Carrie, I sent you what? Wait, I just saw something. You guys, a pic to your Gmail email. Okay, thank you, Mark. Yeah, right. Reading his Bible. Oh, you know what I've got? I've got underneath the video. See, all I gotta do is remove. Nope. I've still got it streaming, just so you guys know. So we can go back real quick. See, like that? Okay. Does that Bible version have pictures? Probably. No, I bet it doesn't. What's going on with Scott Peterson, Shelley? It's always the pregnant girl that gets killed. You notice that? I wonder what the stats are on pregnant women who are unalived by their spouse or baby daddy or whatever. You're okay. You're not late, Susan, or Sue Ellen, because as usual, they're not showing us anything. Thank you, Casey, for the reminder. Oh, yeah, you don't have to donate any money to be on this channel. Look, if you can and you want to, that's awesome. But you guys, when you like a video or watch a video or you comment on a video, that just helps get it out there. So you're doing your part just by doing that. So don't worry about it if you can't. I don't know. If you can, I mean, that's awesome, but don't worry if you can't. I'd rather you what is? I'd rather you give money at church on Sunday morning, put money in the thing on Sunday morning, than give me a chip. So all right, 81. You in Athens, Georgia? What are you talking about? Australia. Oh, we're at 300 likes. Awesome. Thank you, Darkly. That's what I was thinking. Darkly Dawn just said it. It's the number one cause of death for prego women. See? Look at all these. You guys are crazy this morning. I swear. Did I forget anybody? I don't think I did. I think I got everybody. Oh, and two, if you've been a member for more than 1 month or so, that you get a free super chat. Don't forget to use it. Is this admiralty, or what is it? What did he say? Is this admiralty or civil law? Nature is my home. 1978. She wants him to be miserable in prison. He probably would. You know what would probably make him more miserable than anything in prison? Is being ignored. You know they do. Law schools definitely do. I was thinking about that the other day, critter number 3. She said law schools will probably have a semester on the antics of DB and how to handle such nonsense. Because you think about it, I bet judges sit around and talk about this case. Like that's what I believe. The judges are like really into like how she handled it. And I'm not saying she did everything right, but she did everything pretty good. I mean, who could have really did what she did without going off? She didn't go off on him. I mean, she got harsh with him, but and I think that that's good because if she'd have lost it, he might have had something for appeal there. So God was working when they assigned her that day. Brooks does not want to go to prison. He's delaying the inevitable. Oh no. His head wasn't moving when he was reading. Oh, absolutely. Oh, Kevin said, I'll just say it. No one else has.
Thank you, everyone. Be seated.
All right, I'm going to mute myself.
All right, we are back on the record in State versus Brooks. Appearances are as they were before. I know this morning I mentioned I would mention to the jury about Exhibit 15. As I recall going back in my memory about how that exhibit was received, I believe I already told the jury it is received or was received subject to further testimony. So I don't know that I need to tell them again that it's received, and it would be my inclination to just simply let it be. We've noted it outside the presence of the jury, but that's how I intend to handle that.
Agreed. Thank you, Judge.
Okay, I believe all of our jurors, well, they're all back, of course, but they're ready to go. And so when we bring them out, the state should be prepared to call the next witness.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Then bring the jury out, please.
You ain't called that name that you started with. I don't know if the audio's on.
Audio's on, and I called the case. I actually didn't specifically refer to you, but I did say State versus Brooks. But in any event, your objection is noted for the record, and we'll continue with testimony.
Will you be addressing subject matter jurisdiction? Is that a judicial determination not to answer, Your Honor? So is that a tacit agreement?
See, he hates being ignored.
All right.
Subject matter jurisdiction has yet to be proven for the record.
I'll take your subject and I'll stick it up your matter into the jurisdiction. Shove it where the sun don't shine. That came out a lot grosser than I thought it would, by the way. Just saying. I usually don't say things like that. Sorry. Yeah, nobody, you haven't missed anything, you guys. They're not showing it again today. They're not showing
Thank
it
you,
on
everyone.
the
Please be
screen.
seated. State have the next witness, please.
Thank you. The state calls Officer Rebecca Carpenter.
You can do a little body cam footage watching this morning.
Good
Okay, I gotta
afternoon,
get a coffee
officer. If you would
refill.
please make your way to the witness stand on my right, up one riser. When you get there, please remain standing. Raise your right hand. My clerk, Teresa, will swear you in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do. Thank you. Please be seated. First thing I will ask you to do is to state your first and last names for the record and spell each.
Rebecca, Rebecca, Carpenter, Carpenter.
Thank you. Go ahead, your witness.
Thank you. Officer, how are you employed?
On the day of the parade, I was working a shift for the Village of Big Bend Police Department, sir.
Is that who still employs you?
Yes.
Anybody else?
Yes, I'm also a patrol officer for the town of East Troy, and I'm the assistant chief for the Village of Eagle.
How many years have you spent in law enforcement?
I was appointed to the Milwaukee Police Department in March of 1991.
And when did you come out here to the Waukesha County jurisdictions that you mentioned?
I retired from the Milwaukee Police Department as a sergeant in November of 2017, and the first department I got into policing again with was the town of East Troy in May of 2018.
You already made reference to the parade. Were you working on duty as a law enforcement officer on November 21st of 2021?
Yes, sir, I was.
Lady.
Overruled. And you may answer.
Yes, I was.
Were you aware that day that the Waukesha Christmas Parade was taking place?
Actually, I was not.
Did you at some point become aware that there was a parade in downtown Waukesha?
Objection, leading.
Overruled. You
Yes.
may answer.
Thank you, ma'am. Yes, I did.
How did you go about learning that information?
I heard over the radio channel that Big Ben monitors, which is not the same radio channel that the parade was on. I heard a broadcast that there had been shots fired.
What did you do in response to hearing that broadcast?
In response to that particular broadcast, I started paying closer attention.
And then what happened?
Squads on my channel, which is a Waukesha County channel, started to say that they were placing injured people in the backs of their squads and driving them to the hospital, which is a highly unusual circumstance.
What did you do when you learned that information?
I started driving toward downtown Waukesha.
Did you get there?
I did.
What happened then?
Initially, I went to the parade route, and I talked to a few people around injured people and determined that I wasn't really able to be of help there because they were all back injuries, and I can't, in a squad, I can't help with that.
So what did you do next?
I answered a call on the radio that said there was a man going door to door on Elizabeth Street asking to use people's phones to call an Uber.
Did you go to look for that man?
I did.
Where did you go?
I responded to Elizabeth Street, and I parked my squad on Elizabeth and West.
Where did you go from there?
I got out and partnered up with two other officers, and we decided that we would walk the street and look for this person.
Were you wearing a body-worn camera at the time?
Yes, sir, I was.
Where was that device affixed to your person?
The control box was on my chest, and the particular model of body-worn camera that I was wearing had a lens that I was wearing affixed to my collar.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that the witness has held up her right hand in a circle and pointed it towards about her collarbone, her right collarbone.
The record will so reflect.
Was that device also equipped with a microphone?
Objection,
Yes.
leading.
Overruled.
Yes, sir.
And that microphone was synced up with the video?
Yes, sir.
Do you know whether your device was activated as you were walking down Elizabeth Street that afternoon?
Objection.
It was.
Overruled. And her answer may stand.
May we please display for the witness only exhibit number 80?
Go ahead. It will come on the monitor in front of you.
Do you see a video on the screen in front of you?
Yes, I do.
We're going to play the first 5 or 10 seconds of that just to see if you recognize it, okay? All right, we played 6 seconds. Do you recognize that video?
I do.
What is it?
It is my body camera video of walking down Elizabeth Street.
From November 21st?
Objection,
sir.
leading.
I will overrule it, and the answer may stand.
Does this video and the associated audio accurately reflect what happened that night as you saw it?
Objection, leading.
Overruled.
Yes, sir.
I'd move Exhibit 80 into evidence and ask to publish.
Objection. Relevancy.
Overruled. Exhibit 80 is received. Permission to publish is granted. For the record, please tell me the total length.
It is a 5-minute video.
Thank you. Go ahead.
We will start at the beginning. We're going to play it with audio, and we will pause at certain points, and I'll point out the timestamps when we pause. But we'll start from the beginning, please.
My sandwich.
Any unit that is on Elizabeth Street currently advised.
Robert 277.
Robert 277.
What's up? Hands up! Put your hands where I can see them. Put your hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Do it now!
Hey, taking one of the hospitals for plans here.
What did I do? Lay on your stomach. What did I do?
Robert 277, are you on Elizabeth Street?
We've paused at 53 seconds. A few moments earlier in the video, we saw what appeared to be a handgun. Does that sound right to you?
Yes, sir.
Who was the person holding that handgun?
That was me.
And who were, well, let's see, let me strike that. I want to direct your attention to the top right corner of the screen here. There appears to be some type of timestamp. Do you see that?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
I do, yes.
Do you know if that is an accurate military timestamp?
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
That does not accurately reflect the time it occurred, no.
So it was not 11:11 p.m. at the time this video was recording.
Objection leading.
Oh, sustained as to the form of the question.
Do you know approximately what time it was that this
Yeah.
video was recorded?
I know that I initially began to respond to the scene at about 20 minutes to 5.
Y'all are cracking
And-
me up.
I would be guessing about how much time elapsed, but I would say it wasn't more than a half hour, 40 minutes to this point.
Okay. The person who was depicted in the video at this point, at 53 seconds, that's what. Describe where in the video you first saw that person.
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
I first saw him standing on the porch.
And what, if anything, did you see that person doing when you first saw him?
Objection leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
He appeared to be rather agitated.
Why do you say that?
Objection leading.
Overruled. It's not leading. You may answer.
He was moving back and forth on the porch and gesturing.
Do you recall what you were wearing that evening?
I do.
What?
The exact same set of clothing that I'm wearing today.
Okay, for those of you who are just joining us, yeah, so I've got this other stream up, right? And I've got it in the background. I'm watching it. And we're waiting to see if they're going to show him because he's supposed to be on Zoom. But so far, nothing. So until then, we're going to watch pieces of the other trial. So just an update for those of you who are just coming in.
Long sleeves?
Yes.
Objection leading.
Overruled.
Did this person, depicted at 53 seconds, draw your attention in any way based on what he was wearing?
Yes.
Why?
It was chilly out, lower 40s, upper 30s, and he was in a t-shirt, jogging pants, and no shoes.
We can resume playing here at 53 seconds, please.
It's no more right.
You got something with your name on it, man?
No. Okay, lads. Cooperate with us. Okay. Okay.
We paused at 1 minute and 4 seconds. What did we see in that portion of the video?
That was a sandwich.
Where did that sandwich come from?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
His right pants pocket.
The subject on the ground is.
Oh, the sandwich.
Yes, sir.
Please resume at 1:04.
By the way, the sandwich is still missing. So if anybody knows where it is, could you please let us know or call the Waukesha Police Department. The number is
Robert 277. What's your...
We paused at 1 minute and 14 seconds. Did you at some point ask the subject depicted in the video at 1:14 to identify himself by name?
Go ahead.
I did.
What was that person's response?
He identified himself as Darrell Brooks.
Do you see Mr. Brooks in the courtroom today?
I do.
Can you point him out for us by telling us where he's sitting and what he's wearing?
He is seated at the defense table wearing a dark-colored suit and striped tie and a mask over his face.
Just to be thorough, Your Honor, could we please have Mr. Brooks remove his mask momentarily?
Thank you, Mr. Brooks.
Now that Mr. Brooks has removed his mask, does that change anything about your testimony today?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
You're- you may go ahead and answer.
That's Darrell Brooks.
Could we please play from 1:14?
There's multiple units. David 216, you know, just
What is your name?
Brooks.
First name?
I'm sorry, what was your name?
Paused at 1 minute and 23 seconds.
He does know his name, you guys.
Sitting on the witness stand today, do you acknowledge that Mr. Brooks has a short haircut?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name. He's leading.
Sustained as to the form of the question, please.
How would you describe Mr. Brooks's haircut today?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Disgusting. Gross.
Sir, I understand your objection. Please do not interrupt with that further so that the questioning of the witnesses may continue. You may answer.
If you say that name, I'm objecting.
And the jury will disregard the objection if it's solely for the name purposes. Go ahead.
Mr. Brooks has his hair cut close today.
Sandwich gate.
What about when he took his face mask down? Did you notice his facial hair?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled.
He does have facial hair.
Did you notice anything different about his facial hair today versus in the video?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
That is also trimmed closer.
Does the hairstyle and the facial hairstyle here in court today give you any pause or concern over whether or not it's Mr. Brooks in the video?
Objection.
Go ahead and answer, please.
No, not at all.
Let's resume playing at 1:23.
Objection noted for the record.
I just used somebody's phone to call for a living, that's all.
Oh, okay. That's what I need. Yeah, one male 1026, the black male with red short sleeve shirt.
I'll tell you what, if everything turns out to be on the up and up, life will be good, and you'll be on your way, all right?
I got it. Suspect, I presume?
Unknown. Ask him. Ask him if he knows. He was on the porch here.
Yeah, I was using his phone.
What's your location?
I was using his phone.
You're holding the WMH road, loading her down.
I called my
Any squads available for a transport?
on the 500. To give me a lift. That's all. I was just using his phone.
Darrell, this is Schwartz. I'm leaving WSC. Where do you need me?
What do you...
Can I just sit up? I was freezing. Can I please just sit up? You have any weapons on you? No, sir. What's your name, guy?
9209.
I just told her my name.
What did you tell Park?
Yes, sir. What's your first name? Darrell Brooks? Yes, sir.
No additional victims. We start on the next block.
Copy. No additional victims.
This matches the description of the guy that got called on who was going door to door over here.
So let me ask you guys a question. When he said, "What's your name, guy?" Is that a Wisconsin thing? Like we say y'all? Do they say guy in Wisconsin? Wisconsin.
Yeah, I was trying.
Where are your shoes, man?
I was trying to use somebody's phone.
Where are your shoes?
My flip-flops is in his house.
Paused at 2 minutes and 49 seconds. Did you hear the last thing said by the suspect on the ground at this point?
Objection.
Yes.
Leading.
Overruled.
What did he say?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
He said, my flip-flops is in his house.
Do you know if any flip-flops or any other shoes of any kind were ever retrieved from the residence that this was taking place in front of?
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled. You may answer.
I did go in the house and speak to the resident there and asked if he had left shoes or outer garments or anything like that, and he said that he had not.
Can we please resume at the 2:49 mark?
He was saying he just gave me a jacket. He's identifying soft fat, lighter skin, black male, dreadlocks, red shirt, blue jeans, no shoes. Yeah, I did go to the house. I went to that right down the street right here.
Where you coming from, man?
I was coming from that parade down here.
Okay.
I know a friend down here.
I think that's a fabulous idea.
I can't, Mr. Brooks.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll over on your butt. Roll over on your butt. Roll up on your knees. Roll over on. Roll up on your knees.
Okay. 500 block of Elizabeth.
Stand up.
No, 553 Elizabeth.
What are you doing?
Freaking sweet. Factory here.
Did I do something? That is yet to be
Go to
determined,
the front
sir.
of my squad, man.
Okay.
Is there anything on you that's going to stick me, poke me, hurt
No,
me?
no, not at all, sir.
Okay.
Not at all. I don't have any weapons. Glad to hear it. Nothing like that.
Was the sandwich a plaintiff?
How did you get up over here, man?
I was coming to see a friend.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Where's your friend?
I don't know now. Spin your back your hand for me. You injured at all, dude?
Yeah.
What hurts?
When they slammed me, my knee, I already have an injury.
Spread your feet for me.
Okay, yes. That's my ID. It certainly is. Yes. I'm so cold. I bet you are.
Paused at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. Officer, can you tell us what you and any other officers were doing in that brief portion of the video?
His friend Marcus and the old girl Stephanie.
Walking him to a squad car so he could be placed inside since he was not dressed for the weather.
What happened once you got to the squad car?
The officer whose squad to be placed in went through his pockets to make sure he did not have anything that would be dangerous.
Okay. And do you know if anything was retrieved from his pockets?
Yes.
Objection.
Overruled. Her answer may stand.
There were no weapons, were there?
Objection.
weapons.
B.
Overruled. Her answer may stand.
What, if anything, do you recall being recovered from his pocket?
ID, some cards, I believe there was a credit card in there, and a car key.
Can we please play from the 4:30 mark?
Go ahead and take a seat for me, Darrell.
Bring it out.
You said what hurt?
We're having some skipping issues, so let's pause it there and go back to 4:50, please.
I'm sorry, what time?
4:50.
Go ahead.
Okay, we're at 4:48. We'll play from here.
Uh-oh, hang on. What happened? Oh, there
I
it
need
is.
to see those last few seconds. We can get them to work, I'm sure, if Mr. Brooks would like to see them. Could we please show for the witness only exhibit
I just caught that. I never caught that he said that.
number 176? Do you recognize the photograph on the screen in front of you?
I do.
What does it depict?
It is still taken from my body cam footage. Those are my hands, and in my hands are the property that was taken from Mr. Brooks. You can see the officer's back at the open door of the squad, and Mr. Brooks' leg in the light there, where he's sitting in the squad.
Your Honor, I would move exhibit 176 into evidence and request permission to publish.
Objection, relevancy.
Exhibit 176 is received. Permission to publish is granted. The objection is overruled.
And while we're waiting for the screens to activate for the jurors, I'll ask you, Officer Carpenter, do you know what happened to the objects that are in your hands in that exhibit?
Yes, I gave them to the officer whose car Mr. Brooks was sitting in.
Oh, for those who are asking about what Zach said, he said he was talking about bringing up the exhibits. I'm sure Mr. Brooks would like to see that.
You don't know the identity of that officer?
I don't. There were a lot of officers from a lot of different jurisdictions.
Thank you, Your Honor. That's all I have.
Uh-oh, here we go. Y'all ready?
That's all you have? All right, thank you. Cross, please.
Yes. At one point you stated the suspect was wearing jogging pants. That'd be fair to say?
Yes, sir.
Were the jogging pants or blue jeans?
They were soft pants. They were not blue jeans.
Can we show Exhibit 80 again?
Yes, we can.
Well, yes, we can. Go ahead. Thank you.
Can you fast forward it a little bit? I'm not gonna be sure exactly where to pause it at. You fast forward just a little bit.
We all say that, Melissa. Yeah. Can you pause it and forward? Because I need to open a door for the prosecution.
Can you pause?
Yeah, let's show when they slammed you to the
Can you
ground.
zoom in a little bit? And play a few more seconds. Would that mess the zoom up? Would it still be zoomed in, or would it go back out?
It'll stay zoomed on that portion of the screen.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. This is hilarious. I never noticed that he did this. You guys, I never noticed that he did this. He just had them replay on the ground. How come I didn't catch that before?
We're at 5 seconds.
55, yeah. You would describe those pants as jogging pants or soft pants, as you say?
Yes.
And you stated that when you parked your car, where you parked your squad on Elizabeth and West, you hooked up with 2 other officers?
Yes.
And those officers had long guns?
Yes.
Can you explain what a long gun is?
Shoulder weapon, rifle, or shotgun.
Do you recall if it was a rifle or a shotgun?
I did not examine either weapon closely.
Are you done with this exhibit, sir?
Yeah, for right now, yeah. And you made reference to finding sandwich, credit cards, and things of that nature in the pants, correct?
Don't disrespect the
I
sandwich.
found the sandwich while you were laying on the ground.
And you also stated that you found a credit card and things of that nature. In fact, would it be fair to say that that's what was in your hand on Exhibit 176?
Do you need the exhibit to answer? Do you recall?
There were, I don't, thank you. There were what appeared to be credit cards and ID and a car key.
And they were in your hand, correct?
They were.
They were.
So would it be fair to say you also found those and not just a sandwich?
I did not pull that stuff out of your pocket, sir. That was a different officer. I did hold it while he finished searching you, sir.
So, I'm sorry, that threw me off. So you obtained that the credit cards and all that from a different officer?
Yes.
Did you find anything else?
Barbara, I gave you
On
your
your
wrench back,
person,
honey.
I was not the person searching you. Aside from the sandwich while you were on the ground.
So as far as your search, you just found a sandwich?
Correct.
Hang on, I gotta read the report so that I know what to ask you. Because I didn't
And
plan
at the
this.
time, do you recall why the suspect was being detained?
Yes,
And what was the reason?
because you matched a description that was broadcast over the police radio of a suspect involved in the parade incident.
In this report, did you write it yourself or did another officer?
I wrote it.
Do you recall writing that the suspect was being detained for investigative purposes?
Yes,
Any reason why you wouldn't state what those purposes were in the report?
yes, because at the time we had contact with you, I was not fully aware of the circumstances.
Well, would it be fair to say that you just stated why the suspect was being detained?
That I just stated why this, I'm sorry, what was the question exactly, sir?
Would it be fair to say that you just stated when asked why was the suspect being detained at that moment? You
At
answered,
that moment.
yeah,
Yes.
at that moment that you
Alleged
detained
suspect.
the suspect. You stated because they matched the description of someone involved in the parade.
Yes, sir, that's correct.
But then you stated that you just stated that at the time you weren't fully aware.
I knew that people had been hurt. I knew that shots had been fired. I did not know how many people were hurt. I did not know by what mechanism people would be hurt. I did not know the magnitude of the injuries. I just knew that something violent had happened.
So it'd be fair to say you weren't in the known of a lot of information at that point.
You weren't
That's
in
true.
the what?
Grounds.
You weren't in the know?
Overruled. Her answer may stand.
Would it be fair to say, oh yeah?
Would it be fair to say that you were being heard in Exhibit 80, stating that if everything was on the up and up, you would be on your way?
Yes, sir, that's correct. That was me.
So would it be fair to say that was an inaccurate statement if the suspect fit the description of something that happened in the parade?
Not at all.
You know what, Sherry? That's a good thought. It's something I didn't think about. What do y'all think? Gen Pop, maybe they don't want to give him more attention.
And what do you mean by not at all?
I mean, sometimes people look like someone who did something and turn out not to be that person. But that was not the case here.
She
So
does
as far as
so
you knew
good
at the time,
at answering him.
it could have been mistaken identity.
It could have been, but it was not.
Well, at the time, it'd be fair to say at the time you didn't know.
At the time, I did not know.
Y'all, please hit this like
Did you
button.
give
if
the
you're enjoying
suspect any of that information?
Objection.
Grounds.
I'm not sure what information he's talking about.
Sustained is to the form of the question. It's vague.
Did you give the suspect any information on why they were being detained?
I said, actually, it wasn't me that said that. It was another officer that said that, and I can't tell you who it was because I don't know. While you were being put in the car, you were informed you were being detained for investigative purposes, which is an answer that's appropriate for the circumstances.
I have the best chat ever. You guys, you are hilarious. All of y'all.
So it would be fair to say that that's not really all that informative?
I did not have a lot of information to give you, sir.
Keep saying you. Who are you referring to?
You, Mr. Brooks. Darrell Brooks. Seated at the defense table.
Notice he didn't call her out for saying his name.
Any reason why you wouldn't tell a suspect why they're being detained? Essentially being that if you take someone into custody, they should know why they're being taken into custody. Wouldn't you agree?
I can't give you information that I don't have. And I wouldn't want to tell you the wrong thing. That wouldn't be fair.
So why would a suspect be detained without any information to your knowledge?
Objection.
Grounds.
Asked and answered.
Wow.
Also calls for speculation, vague. Sustained is to the form of the question.
So would it be fair to say that you can detain a suspect without them knowing why they're being detained?
Objection. This
Grounds.
calls for a legal analysis, not factually relevant.
No.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
I wouldn't mind him rotting away in solitary confinement either, 2 men and a lady.
Would it be fair to say you initially responded
Night Melanator.
to the 500 block of Elizabeth because of a report of, I guess you would call it a trespassing report?
I would more put it under the heading of suspicious behavior under the circumstances.
So is that why you were initially dispatched to that area for suspicious behavior?
Yes.
We have 700 people watching. If you guys don't
And do
mind,
you
please hit the
recall
like
when
button.
you got the report of shots fired?
I believe that was one of the first things I heard over the radio before I was even there.
Do you recall ever finding out where the shots fired came from?
Eventually I did.
Do you recall in your reading report writing that when you had arrived at Elizabeth and West and parked your squad and began to walk down the street, that you had your firearm in your hand?
Yes.
And was that because of the call of shots fired, or did you feel unsafe at the time?
That's because there were shots fired and I did not know by whom.
Did you get a report of anyone hit by the shots?
At that time, no. I did not know one way or the other if anyone had been hurt.
Did you?
Had been hit. I knew people were hurt.
Do you recall the area of where the shots fired? Was that the general area?
The general area, somewhere in the vicinity of the parade.
Would said sandwich be considered a co-defendant?
Is Elizabeth and West in the general area?
It's a few blocks away.
You guys. Oh my gosh.
And you did state you didn't find any weapons on the suspect, right?
Correct.
You
Just
find
pot?
any shell casings or?
No.
And a sandwich.
Do you have any reason to believe that the shots came from the suspect?
I did not know who had done shooting. I had heard a report of shots fired. I did not know by whom, as I've said, sir.
Any reason to believe that the shots came from the suspect is what I'm asking.
I did not know.
I think the one juror that spoke up said, yeah, pretty early on they knew he was guilty. I've got
And you
that on my
stated
channel.
that upon seeing the suspect on the porch, that they were gesturing.
Gesturing? Yes, sir.
Gesture.
And you also stated that in your written report that it was in the upper 30s that evening with the brisk wind. Would that be fair to say?
It was
Pretty
upper
cold.
30s, lower 40s, somewhere right in there. It was cold. I was cold.
And I had my shoes on.
Do you think that maybe the gesturing was because the suspect was cold?
Objection.
Grounds.
Calls for speculation.
Overruled. She may answer if she's able.
I didn't know.
Y'all are cracking me up. Well, he's outmatched by everybody. I think he did. He didn't know that. He didn't think about body cams. He didn't think about stuff like that. He's so dumb, and he's a lifelong criminal. He's a lifelong criminal. He hadn't had all this figured out by now. He's 39 at the time of this.
And do you recall checking the general area around the house that you found the suspect?
Yes, sir.
Did you find anything around the house? I guess I'm referring to where you wrote in your report you checked the likely path of travel.
Yes, sir, I do recall that. No, we did not find anything.
And do you recall checking the pockets of the coat worn by the suspect?
Yes.
He wasn't wearing a coat.
Do you recall how the suspect obtained the coat?
I recall what I was told.
Oh, the one that, what's his name, let him use?
So it'd be fair to say you wasn't sure if you were only told this information. That'd be fair to say?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that?
Hearsay.
You made reference to saying you only know what you were told. So it'd be fair to say at that time you didn't know unless you were told.
Didn't know what?
How the suspect obtained the coat.
I asked the resident of the house you were at. Actually, I believe he volunteered to me that he had given you a coat to wear.
And you checked the pockets of the coat?
Yes.
Nah.
And did you find anything?
I did not find anything.
Nah, we were like, nah, we don't need to do that. This seems like a nice guy. I need more coffee. You're so right, Tim B. All right, I gotta go get more coffee. I'll be right back.
At what point did you learn that the suspect who was being detained would be arrested?
At some point later.
And it was another officer's vehicle that the suspect was placed in, correct?
Correct.
Has he asked her about plaintiffs and if she filed a complaint yet? What'd I miss? I just got back from getting coffee.
And when did you leave that scene?
Not for hours.
Thank you, Shelley.
Why so long?
Because when there is a crime scene that potentially spans blocks, everything needs to be searched for evidence. Witnesses need to be located because once things are gone, things are gone. So it has to all be done right the first time.
Just a heads up, guys, nothing's been changed on the docket this morning. I've got that pulled up too, and I've been checking it while we wait.
Did you write your report that evening?
I believe I wrote it the next morning.
So it would be fair to say after you had learned a little bit more information, then you wrote the report?
That would be true, yes.
I love her, how condescending she is with him. Yeah, we thought that would be a good idea while we had it all fresh in our head. He's a gangster rapper. Yes, he is. Yes, he is Turner K. I don't know if they postponed it, Working Man. They did last time. I don't think they postponed it. Is there going to be some new footage, Carrie? I don't know, LaToya. I can tell you that they were supposed to go to court an hour ago. They've yet to show anything on their stream. I have been checking with the media outlets over here just to see if anything pops up, and nothing has popped up. So it may be that they're not going to show us, and we're going to have to wait for them to update the docket for us to see what happened. So until then, you guys can enjoy this clips from the Waukesha trial.
In the video, Exhibit 80, the suspect gave you his name, right?
That's correct.
Now, why did he ask her that? That was kind of dumb. That kind of went against everything else in trial.
Was that right when you handcuffed him, if you recall?
Right around that time, yes, sir.
He's supposed to be in court via live stream, Karen. Or via Zoom. Per the docket, but the docket has not been updated as of yet. In fact, nothing's been done on the docket since September 14th. The messages that come up on screen are blurry. It's either
And
mine
did you talk to
or yours.
any other witnesses that evening besides the owner of the home that you saw the suspect?
No.
Oh, you know what you can do? The person that said that about the blurry, go into your little settings thing there and see what speed
In
you
the
had it
hours
on.
that you stayed on Elizabeth, did you talk to any other witnesses at all?
No, I looked through a few yards and mostly maintained a perimeter for a search.
If you have
Do
it on
you
auto,
recall why
it
you
doesn't
looked
always
through
play well.
a few yards?
Searching for evidence.
Do you recall what evidence you may have been searching for at that time?
You know, a lot of times you don't know until you find it.
So do you recall what maybe you might have been looking for a weapon or anything like that?
That would have gotten my attention, yes, absolutely.
Did you find any weapon?
No, sir.
Secondhand embarrassment. That's awesome. 2 men and a lady. You never heard that before. From Georgia. Chickamauga? Chickamauga, Tim? Is that how you say? I know I'm saying that wrong. Yeah, he's a real Perry Mason, isn't he, Tony T? He had a TV in that vehicle he was living in, so maybe, you know, with the extension cord hooked up to his mom's garage, he might have been watching some Law and Order. I don't know. You know, he didn't have cable. Maybe he was watching Perry Mason, old episodes. Matlock.
Did you learn any knowledge of any ring video footage that evening?
I don't recall if I viewed the footage that evening or the following day. I did at some point view that ring footage, yes.
So you were aware that night that it was ring footage?
I believe I was aware of it that night. I don't believe I watched it, but I can't say with certainty.
Brad said, lock him up. Oh, he's locked up for a really long time.
And do you recall initially responding to Clinton Street and Broadway first?
Yes, sir.
And do you recall why you responded to that location first?
To see if I could help anyone.
About how long did you stay there before responding to Elizabeth?
Just a few minutes.
Okay, she said just a few minutes, and that's what she wrote in her report. So, okay, let me see if I can trip her up on the next question she wrote down. Do we think Dawn goes and sees him? I don't think so. I think she calls him, Crazy Casey. I think Dawn's calling him in jail because she doesn't have a vehicle anymore. And before that, she was taking the bus. And he's in Milwaukee now, and she's not. She's in Waukesha still. No, Diana, he's not the brightest bulb in the shed. Brightest bulb in the closet. My bad. Tool in the shed. Y'all drop it in the comments. Your
No further questions.
example of that.
All right, thank you. Any redirect?
Referring specifically to the
go.
time that you placed the handcuffs on Mr. Brooks, remember that time frame?
Yes, sir.
I don't consent to being called that name.
She lives in Milwaukee.
Overruled.
Okay.
You may answer.
Thank you. Yes, I do.
Do you recall how Mr. Brooks ended up on the ground as that was happening?
I do.
Could you tell us about that?
Objection. Saw in video.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
We instructed him to put his hands up and then to get down on the ground.
Did he comply with those instructions?
He did.
Did you or any other officer have to put hands on Mr. Brooks to get him on the ground?
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
No, sir, we did not.
After he was on the ground, that's when the handcuffs went on?
Objection.
correct.
Leading.
Overruled. She may answer.
Your answer again was?
That's correct.
At any point after the handcuffs went on, did you or any other officer throw Mr. Brooks to the ground?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
We did not.
How did you treat Mr. Brooks as you moved him from his prone position on the ground to the squad car?
Objection.
Overruled. She may answer.
As the video shows, he was instructed, let's call it the path of least resistance, to get up off of the prone position, eventually to his feet, with a minimum of discomfort.
Did you successfully achieve that objective?
Objection. Speculative.
I'll rephrase.
Are you able to answer?
Yes, in as best as one can stand a person up when they have their hands handcuffed behind their back. Yes.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Thank you. You may step down.
All right. So that's it for that one. We got another clip. I got another clip if you guys would like to see it. We have over 700 people here watching. Gosh, y'all, thank you so much for being here with us this morning. So I've got another clip of the next officer. Do you guys remember the video? Okay, so if you guys are not familiar with my channel, I've got an awesome video on the manhunt, and it's from the perspective of the police going after him and finding him and hunting him down at 45 minutes time span right after all this happened. I highly recommend you go and watch it. But this officer that we're fixing to watch next is the one, this was his, what do you call it, dash cam. This was his dash cam that we're watching in for this. So you guys, this kind of gives you a little bit of a perspective. And yes, please click that like button because it helps me out with the algorithm tremendously. I really appreciate you guys for doing that. For those of you who are late coming in, yes, we've had this other court thing pulled up for quite some time now. They did it to us again. They're not showing it. In the meantime, what I'm doing while you guys are watching this other stuff is I'm pulling up some of the stations that have been following this closely, and I'm trying to make sure that we haven't missed, maybe they recorded him go on the Zoom today or something. Maybe they were able to get some kind of footage, but so far there's nothing that's come up. So I'll keep doing that while we watch this other thing. And thanks for being here with me, guys. You guys are awesome. So let me pull up this next video. Oh, and happy Halloween.
State your first and last names for the record and spell each.
Sure. First name is Garrett. Last name is Luling. First name is spelled Garrett. My last name is spelled Luling.
Thank you. Go ahead, Attorney Upper, your witness.
Thank you, Judge. Good afternoon, Officer Luling.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I want to direct your attention to the date of November 21 of 2021. And you are aware of the Waukesha Christmas parade taking place that afternoon. Is that correct, sir?
Objection. Leading.
Correct. I was working.
Hold on. Understand it's leading. There is some leeway when it's just laying foundation, so it's overruled, and the witness may answer, and the answer he stand. Go ahead.
Correct. I was assigned to work the Christmas parade.
All right. At some point in time, were you aware of injuries to those involved in the parade, sir?
Objection. Leading.
Yes.
Overruled. Make sure you wait till I rule on the objection, please.
Sorry.
And at some point later that evening, were you aware of a suspect being taken into custody in the 500 block of Elizabeth Street?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes.
All right, I want to direct your attention to that time frame, please. Did you respond to that area, sir?
Yes.
Where did you go?
I traveled. I was initially parked setting up a perimeter near the area of Southwest Avenue in Wood. When I heard Specialist Klein come over the area indicating that there was a subject going door to door in the 500 block of Elizabeth. At then traveled north and to Elizabeth Street, which is right off of Northwest Avenue at that point. And I traveled westbound on Elizabeth Street looking for the subject.
What did you see when you arrived in that area?
Initially, as I came to the area, I observed an officer from the village of McGuanago, an officer from the Big Bend Police Department, as well as an officer from the City of Delafield Police Department in the area. I traveled westbound, spotlighting residents in the general area looking for the subject. Initially, I didn't see anyone, so I made it to the end of the street, at which point I began to double back. I briefly stopped and spoke with some civilians in the area, just saying, hey, if you see anyone, call the police department, let us know. And as I traveled back eastbound on Elizabeth Street in the 500 block, I observed the 3 officers from those aforementioned police departments detaining one subject at gunpoint in the front lawn of 553 Elizabeth Street.
You had indicated there were people out and about, civilians.
Yes, there was some people out on their porches or patios. I had my lights going on my squad, so that drew attention for people to kind of look out and call out to me as I was making a Y-turn.
Do you know about what time of day this was?
Not off the top of my head. It was dark out though.
Okay. As in relation to when the incident at the parade occurred to when you're arriving on Elizabeth Street, can you give us a rough time frame?
Leading.
Overruled. You may
45 minutes an hour at the max.
Okay. So when you roll up on 553 Elizabeth Street, tell me what you saw.
So as I was coming back eastbound, I could see the lights from the other officers illuminating a subject on the ground. I immediately pulled up, parked my squad, got out and began running to where the officers were. And as I came up to where they were in the front lawn area between the residents and the sidewalk, they were in the midst of handcuffing and detaining a subject on the ground.
The subject that was being handcuffed and detained on the ground, you see that person in the courtroom here today?
I do, yes.
Are you able to identify him?
Yes.
Would you like him to remove his mask in order to do so, sir?
Please.
Okay.
Mr. Brooks, if you please. Thank you.
So the subject I saw was Darrell Brooks seated at the defendant's table wearing a dark-colored suit with a gray shirt.
Now you said he was already on the ground in the process of being handcuffed. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did you see any officer slam Mr. Brooks to the ground?
No.
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
No.
Did you see any use of force towards Mr. Brooks by any police officer on the scene at that time?
Objection. Hearsay.
Overruled.
No.
Did you approach Mr. Brooks?
Yes.
Did you speak to him?
Yes.
What did you say?
I asked him to identify himself. At that time, he said Brooks. I again asked him to identify himself. He identified himself.
Okay, I have an update. Let's change over here really quick to my screen share. It says defendant Darrell Edwards Brooks Jr. appeared by video in custody. Attorney Matthew James Torbenson in court for the state of Wisconsin. Case in court for a status of counsel. State Public Defender's Office has not appointed an attorney yet. Why? Why? So nothing happened, you guys. Case is adjourned until 12/14 for status of counsel. Status conference scheduled on December 14th, 8:30 a.m. Are you flipping kidding me? Are you flipping kidding me? See, I kept wondering, you see how I kept pulling up like every once a week I'd go in and I'd like, why haven't they updated the docket? Why haven't they updated? I swear it's like they forgot. Like, oh, we forgot we were supposed to do that. So let's go in. Why haven't they appointed him an I wonder why. I sound like a kid, I know. Why? I sound like Darrell. Why? Why? Isn't that some junk, you guys? I know, right? They are dragging their feet, Audrey. It seems like it's on their side, not on his side. I mean, I guess what's the rush? We know he's not going anywhere. And then you got to figure the holidays are coming up. That's going to be a lot of vacation time people taking. It's going to be, y'all, we're going to be 2024 going into this trial. I mean, especially if the next one's not until the 14th. So yeah, I didn't want to believe it with Suitcase Sarah and with Darrell. I did not want to believe that we were going to be waiting until 2024 to watch these trials, but it looks like we are. And this, folks, is the United States court system at work at its best. I know they're busy. They're busy. I'm not going to say they're not busy. I guess he is one of those. He's already in jail. He's not going anywhere. They move him to the bottom of the list or whatever. That's just something else, isn't it? Before I go any further with, I did want to show you guys something because I have a video here that I meant to show before I pulled this up. And it's of Erica. Let me find my captures. It's what she had said about his trial. I don't want to play all of it. And guys, I'm not taking away from her by doing this because her channel is not being monetized. So I don't know why, but this is what she said in her thing. It's her update.
Good morning, you guys. On my way to work, as y'all can see.
I haven't edited this, so pardon my stops and all that, but I don't know what. Oh, that wasn't it. Okay, hang on. Wrong one. I had two of her, I guess. I didn't show the right one. I know I got it in my video editor. Hang on. I'm gonna drop it as a video later. I'll just drop it as a video later. I've got to edit it anyway, so yeah, I didn't want to take away from what she had done or anything, but she's not monetizing it, so we're not taking it away from her. But you guys go over to her channel. It's Erika. That's how she spells her first name. Patterson. If you want to watch her updates, she comes in there pretty often and sets up just little hellos for everybody, and it kind of she might give some insight onto what's going on. Okay.
Is Darrell Brooks.
That's the name he gave you, identifying himself.
Yes.
Objection. That's not what it says in the video.
Overruled.
Yes.
All right. Did that name have any significance when you heard it, sir?
Yes.
Why?
I knew prior to responding to that location that Officer Moss, who had initially located the car, had made a cursory check of the vehicle. During that time, he found documentation belonging to a Darrell Brooks.
Okay. At some point, do you recall getting Mr. Brooks up off the ground?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes.
Tell us what you remember at that point.
Darrell Brooks was picked up off the ground or assisted off the ground. He was then escorted to the front of my marked squad where I searched him.
At this point, are you probably the only officer from the City of Waukesha Police Department on the scene?
Objection. Speculative.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes, I was the only officer from the City of Waukesha at that time.
And the other officers were providing mutual aid to the City of Waukesha Police Department?
Objection. Leading.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
Yes.
Being the squad from the City of Waukesha and the parade occurring in Waukesha, did you take custody of Mr. Brooks?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Overruled. You may answer, sir.
Yes.
Prior to placing him in your squad, was Mr. Brooks searched?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Overruled. You may answer.
Yes.
Tell us what you remember about that, sir.
So I searched Mr. Brooks, during which time I found some cards in his right pocket that had his name on it, as well as a black Ford key.
When you say some cards, what can you describe those further, please?
Debit or credit cards.
All right, I'm going to show for you an item that's been marked as Exhibit 176. It's been previously admitted. I'd ask that it be displayed for the jury again, Your Honor.
Permission granted.
Objection.
You see the photograph on the monitor in front of you, sir?
Yes.
Do you see yourself in that photograph?
Yes.
Where are you?
I am the officer with his back to the camera with police written across a fluorescent yellow and orange vest.
Do you recall what you were doing at this point in time?
At that point, it looks like I'm buckling Darrell Brooks into the back of my squad,
All right.
placing him into the back of my squad.
And you see a set of hands on the right side of the photograph, sir?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
Yes.
You see the objects that are being held in those hands, sir?
Objection leading.
Overruled.
Yes.
Is that consistent with what you just testified as to the items you removed from Darrell Brooks before placing him in your squad?
Objection.
Overruled.
Consent to being called that naminess.
Overruled. You may answer, sir.
Yes.
It's a little blurry, but can you circle for us the key that you indicated you found?
With my finger, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And because it's a little hard to see, can you describe that key as you recall?
As I recall, the key was a single key. I don't recall there being any keychain to it. It was a fob type that had some buttons, and it had a Ford emblem on it that indicated that was a Ford key.
Okay. What did you do with these items after you, well, strike that. That's, I should ask a better question. Did you eventually get these items back from the officer who was holding them?
Yes.
And what did you do with them?
I took custody of them until they were ultimately turned over to Detectives Stern and Detectives Carpenter.
All right. Do you remember Mr. Brooks asking you why he had been detained?
Objection. I don't consent to being called that name.
Overruled.
Yes.
You may answer, sir.
Yes.
Do you remember specifically what he said?
I recall that he had questioned why the police were handcuffing him or why the police were detaining him.
Did you reply?
Yes.
What did you tell him?
I told him that he was being detained as he matched a description of a subject involved in a crash in the downtown area.
Did you say anything about the parade?
No.
Okay.
I think you said this last time too, David. Okay, I agree now. I didn't want to agree with you, but I agree now.
Thank you, officer. I don't have any other questions for you.
100% Mel. She needs to get her
Any cross?
closure on
Yes.
Go ahead.
Do you recall speaking with Officer Moss that evening?
Not distinctly. There might have been some radio traffic between me and him at one point.
So it'd be fair to say that radio traffic, you guys spoke.
I can't tell you if I had direct contact with him or if I just recall him airing particular pieces of information.
Do you recall any particular bit of information that was aired by Officer Moss?
You're going to have to be more specific.
Do you recall Officer Moss airing that he had spoken with a potential eyewitness who indicated that they had observed numerous suspects run from the vehicle?
Objection, hearsay.
Grounds.
Overruled. The witness may answer.
I recall Officer Moss airing that to the officers responding in general that there may have been more than one suspect that had ran from the vehicle.
And do you recall if that aired information? Wait a second, back that up.
Wait a second. I don't like the term he just used.
You just stated that there may have been any reason why the aired information said it had been, that he had spoken to a potential eyewitness?
Objection, hearsay, and
Grounds.
false or speculation as to the words of another person.
Grounds.
Sustained.
Irrelevant.
Rephrase your question.
Do you recall any air information of description?
Yes.
Do you recall what they were?
Objection, hearsay.
Grounds.
You're asking him the description of the suspect leaving the vehicle?
What he heard aired.
Overruled. He may answer.
I recall there being a description of either a light-skinned black male or possible Hispanic male wearing a white shirt, as well as the potential of a white male with curly brown hair.
Do you recall what you did after hearing that air information?
Yes.
What did you do?
I responded to Officer Moss's general location, at which point he requested that a perimeter be set up. So I responded further south to set up a perimeter to attempts to keep those people within the confines of that perimeter.
Do you recall what general area that was?
You're going to have to be more descriptive to what general area are we talking about here?
The area where Officer Moss was.
Officer Moss was at 338 Maple.
Is that the area that you responded to?
Generally, yes.
What do you mean by generally?
I was driving to the residence when he asked that a perimeter be set up.
And do you recall where you set that perimeter up?
Yes.
And where was that?
It was loosely around that residence as well as to the south and to the west.
I'm going to pin at the bottom or in the comments of this, I'm going to pin that video of the manhunt from the police perspective because I've got a lot of great comments on it. Everybody really liked it. So if you haven't watched it, I'll pin it for you guys, okay?
Streets were to the south and to the west.
Numerous streets.
Well, I'm referring strictly to your perimeter that you set. Do you recall which street you set your perimeter?
I want to say that I was probably the southernmost squad at that time, and I was at Southwest and Wood.
I'm sorry, what was the second street?
Wood.
Thank you.
Wood, huh?
While setting up your perimeter, did you receive any more information about the suspects who fled from the vehicle?
It was all kind of at the same time.
Do you recall being advised that the male black had possibly fled southbound and that the male white may have fled in the westbound direction?
Your Honor, I object. Move to strike. He's providing statements and facts that are not in evidence. They're based on hearsay.
The question was, did he recall being advised that? That was the question. Does he recall being advised?
Still hearsay. Sustained.
So who were you advised by?
Officer Moss.
Look at his face. He's
And
like,
do you
really?
recall what you were advised?
Objection. Hearsay.
Oh, thank you, working man.
Sustained. Next question.
Grounds for the sustain, Your Honor?
Next question, please. Hearsay.
What's that hearsay?
You know what, Audrey? We figured that he added 2 days to the trial just from his pauses and disruptions alone. We also have an Excel spreadsheet on our community tab that shows how many times he said subject matter jurisdiction and all those other things, crazy things.
And how did you end up being dispatched to the 500 block of Elizabeth Street?
I heard another officer error that they were listening to Waukesha County Communications, indicating that there was a person going door to door in the 500 block of Elizabeth Street.
I'm sorry, you said you stated you heard that?
Yes.
Would that be like hearsay?
Only if it's being offered for the truth of the matter asserted. If it's just explain what he did next, then no.
That was the same question I asked before, Your Honor.
Elizabeth Street.
And upon arriving at Elizabeth Street, you stated that there was already a suspect being detained at the moment that you arrived?
No.
So what did you observe when you got to the 500 block of Elizabeth Street?
I already explained that upon getting there, I traveled westbound on Elizabeth Street till it ended, at which point I turned around and came back. So when I initially got there, I didn't see anything.
Did you observe someone being detained at gunpoint?
Not upon initially getting there, no.
Not initially. Did at any time you observe someone being detained at gunpoint?
Yes, I already said that.
Do you recall what they had on?
Yes.
You state for the record and for the jury what they had on?
They had red t-shirts and blue jeans.
Blue jeans. Were they jogging pants or blue jeans?
Appeared to be blue jeans.
Okay, for those of you just coming in, I'm going to set up a new banner to kind of let you know what's going on. Hang on just a minute. They did not show us him
And do
in
you
court today.
recall why the suspect was being detained at that time?
Yes.
And what do you recall about why they were being detained at that time?
You were being detained for involvement in a crash in the downtown area.
Let me change that real quick. So basically nothing happened. They didn't set up his... They didn't give him an attorney yet.
And upon when the suspect was detained, do you recall stating that you were confident they were either the driver or passenger of the vehicle found at 338 Maple?
No, I never said that.
Did you give a report about what happened that evening?
Yes.
Did you write it yourself?
Yes.
Oh, let's look through the report. Check for accuracies.
So I'm reading from your report right here that you just stated that you wrote. Do you recall saying, I was confident that Brooks was either the driver or passenger of the striking vehicle?
That is in my report. However, you asked if I said that. I didn't say that. That's more or less an internal dialogue with myself saying that I felt confident that you were the suspect, either the driver or passenger in that vehicle.
I like that standard nerd. His little pin insert, Guinness.
So it'd be fair to say at the time of your report, you were confident that it was more than one person in the vehicle?
No.
So why did you write the report in that fashion?
I was confident that you were involved with that vehicle and with the crash in the downtown area.
So right, Yaki.
So would it be fair to say that you could have written your report in that fashion instead of the fashion that you wrote it?
Objection, argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained. As to the form of the question.
Any reason why you were referred to a passenger?
Yes. Initially, there was reports that multiple people fled from the vehicle, from the area of the vehicle.
He wasn't
And because of those reports is why you wrote your report in that fashion, or in the fashion that you wrote it.
Objection asked and answered, argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained as to the form of the question.
I did too. They had the whole area of Waukesha was lit up in blue lights. Do you know you could do that? You put a blue light on your porch and the police know that that's in support of them. It's a real thing. He's going to tell them that they should be writing their reports. I know, right? I can't believe y'all are getting snow up there up north. That's blowing my mind. It is cold here today, though. It's in the 40s.
So when you observed the suspect being detained at Elizabeth Street, at that time, did you know the suspect's name?
No.
And you found a credit or debit card when conducting a search?
Yes.
Do you recall where you found that credit or debit card?
Your right pocket.
Your right pocket.
In Exhibit 176, where it shows someone holding the credit card, was that you?
Was what me?
Holding the credit card.
No.
But you are the one that found it.
Yes.
Yeah, Budgie, they didn't show it.
And what else did you find?
A Ford car key, vehicle key.
And where did you find that?
Your right pants pocket.
You dumb. I didn't say it. Where was the key to the vehicle? In your pocket? What an idiot. I mean, what an idiot. He didn't even get rid of the evidence. We were waiting for the other trial to start. No, the other hearing already happened this morning. For those of you just coming in, they moved it to December 14th. Nothing happened. They haven't assigned him an attorney yet.
You play Exhibit 80 for the witness.
Stay able to do that, please.
Oh, we're gonna play some more.
Just a part of it.
I'm guessing around the 4-minute and 50 or something, somewhere up in that area.
My life's on the line, so let's
Seconds,
just.
sir.
I guess it's just
Is that
around
what you
the
want?
450.
Yeah, somewhere up in that area.
Yeah, somewhere in there. Let's show some more
Take a
video
look
for the
at it.
prosecution.
Is that where you want us to start? Or farther back?
A little further back.
Thank you, Miss Gussie. How about
That's
there?
the best way to say it, isn't it?
36.
A little further back, I'm sorry. Maybe, yeah.
I hate winter
wherever
too.
it's at right now, 409. Can you play it from there real quick?
You want the sound, I take it?
Yeah, show the sound, Missouri. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't really think the sound is necessary.
Okay.
More so the visual.
Okay. Playing from 4:15.
Oh, is he trying to say that they did or they didn't find the key in his pocket? Or does he want them to show where they got the
Do
sandwich?
you remember
out of his
this
pocket?
video?
No, I didn't. That's not my body cam video.
Pause.
Pause. Don't show nothing
Go
else.
back like 2 seconds.
Thank you once again for doing that.
Is that this
Is that me?
touchscreen, right? Is this right here the credit debit cards that you found?
I can't tell what that is.
Can you clear that?
Madam Clerk, please and thank you.
Thank you. Can you go back maybe 2 more seconds? I think it's a clearer shot.
For the record, Your Honor, it's not that easy to just jump back 2 seconds. I mean, if he has a specific time, we can jump to a time.
Get him soon.
How would I know if I've only seen the video once? Like,
It's my life's on the line. I've only seen the video once, but we're gonna replay it so that jury can re-see it.
why is it that big of a deal? Can you play from right there? Right there.
435, Your Honor.
435.
Now it's on 437. We
Can
started
you pause it at
4.
435?
Right, it was started and then you said pause, and obviously it takes time to do that, so. And the record should reflect that Mr. Brooks has drawn a circle around something on the still image. Go ahead, ask your question.
The record should reflect on consent to that name.
Ask your question, sir.
Around the 435 mark, you can see whoever's this is holding the credit card, debit card. Is that you?
Objection. That assumes the fact not in evidence, Your Honor.
Sustained.
I think it had Erica's name on one of the
Rephrase your
cards.
question.
Can you clear that?
Madam Clerk, please, thank you.
Did you find the gold ticket, the golden sandwich?
You said that you found a key. Where's the footage of you finding the key?
Oh,
I don't have a body cam, so there's not going to be video of my body cam.
So if you were wearing your body cam, it would have depicted what you found during your search.
No, the city of Waukesha did not have body cams during this incident.
How many times do you have to tell him that?
So it'd be fair to say there is no footage of you finding a key. Grounds.
It's argumentative, and he's already said he was not wearing a body camera.
Actually,
he can't know possibly, it's speculation, he can't know possibly.
Actually, he said the city of Waukesha didn't have body cams. He didn't say.
Right, it's sustained, it assumes facts not in evidence and calls for speculation on the part of this witness, and there's also lack of foundation as to this witness.
Carol.
The foundation is this mysterious key he said he found.
The jury will disregard that statement made by Mr. Brooks. It's not his time to testify. You will have an opportunity to do that later if you choose.
I don't consent to being called that name for the record.
But I do consent to you showing video of me getting thrown, not thrown to the ground, them taking my sandwich, the car key out of my pocket, and also of me committing the crime.
Madam Clerk, you can take that off.
Oh, he's on fire now, Mark. Oh, yeah, he is. He's on a roll. He like butter. He's on a roll. He thinks she's so slick. Cherry. Well, don't let this trial get your blood pressure up, Karen.
At any time that evening, were you able to detain any other suspects?
No. Just you. The one who did it. Because Marcus and Stephanie aren't real. Well, Marcus is no longer with us, and Stephanie, that old girl, she ain't real. If the body cam don't show it, you must have quit. And the tan Kia. Thank you, Darlene. I forgot about the tan Kia. I wish Dawn had been called as a witness. Can y'all imagine? She would have thrown him under the bus. I truly believe she would have thrown him under the bus to keep herself out of trouble. But they didn't need her. They had so much more evidence, and so that's why they didn't push it.
After the suspect was detained, do you recall how long you stayed at the scene?
What particular part of the scene?
Where you had detained the suspect.
At 553 Elizabeth Street?
Correct.
Off my best estimate, I was probably there for about 25 minutes.
And what did you do in those 25 minutes?
During those 25 minutes was time detaining you, as well as briefly speaking with the homeowner, and ultimately turning you back over to detectives.
You never heard
And
that
what did
before,
you do
working
from
man?
there?
ESPN.
From there, I went back into a perimeter position.
Stuart Scott.
Would that be referring to the perimeter that you mentioned that you had set?
Yes.
Around the area of where Officer Moss was located?
Yes.
Alleged suspect. Damn it. Who's you? If the charity shop suit doesn't fit, you must have quit.
And how long did you stay at that perimeter?
I'm not 100% positive. Extended period of time.
Do you recall why you were dispatched back to that perimeter?
At that time, there was a possibility that there may be another party involved. So as the investigation was still ongoing and they're attempting to determine if there was another party involved, the perimeter was maintained so that no one could squeeze out through that perimeter and flee.
She's slick. She is slick, Janice. He wanted to call his mom so bad while he was in there, and he couldn't call her to find out what was going on or get her to lie for him or whatever. Dawn would have folded like a paperback Bible. Yes, she would have. She wouldn't have lied for him. I don't think she would have. She knew she wasn't gonna. She was only gonna go so far. Self-preservation.
Do you recall there being ring footage of the residents of 553 Elizabeth Street?
Yes.
Oh, did he just open a door?
Did you view those? Did you view the ring footage that evening?
And a window?
No.
Did you view the ring footage at all?
Yes.
Hey, Celia. Yes, I have done a video on the phone call transcripts. I don't know which one it is, though. I have to be honest with you. We agree with you 100%, Minx. I would love to see Zach. Yeah, Karen, I'd love to see him on another trial. He's so good. He's so cute. He's cute. Oh, Janice, that would have been a sight to see. Can you imagine? If I don't know.
Are you aware of what happened to the ring footage?
It would have been nice to watch.
A copy of the ring footage was emailed to me by the homeowner. And it was ultimately placed on property inventory at the Waukesha Police Department.
He would have unraveled like a ball of yarn being thrown down the stairs if Mama got up.
Do you recall if it was multiple videos?
It was, yes.
Let me take this down. Here's the update. Was it Air Force Vet? Thank you for your service, Air Force Vet. Here's the update.
Do you recall that about 1640 hours? I don't know. Would that be 440?
Yes, that's 440.
Do you recall directing traffic at the intersection of Barstow Street and Corina?
Yes.
Did the multiple videos have multiple exhibity stickers?
And do you recall an officer airing anything over the radio at that time?
Yes, I do.
Do you recall what that was?
An officer had aired that you had driven around his barricade or into the parade route.
You. Who do you refer to as you?
Oh
you,
God,
Darrell
Debbie,
Brooks.
I'm so sorry, honey.
And you knew that at that time?
Not at that time, no.
So how would you say you?
Throughout the investigation, it was determined to be you.
Marcus probably got killed on the streets. I don't know what happened to Marcus.
Do you recall it being any other air information at that time?
Yes.
Do you recall what that was?
Objection, calls for hearsay.
Grounds.
Are you offering it for the truth of the matter asserted or for some other reason? Otherwise, it's hearsay.
For the truth of the matter, I'm asking him, does he recall what was aired on his radio?
Well, then you're asking him to testify to hearsay, so it's sustained.
He is a real person, though, Money, JB. He's just passed away.
Do you recall an officer indicating that a vehicle was continuing westbound and possibly blaring its horn?
Objection.
Grounds.
Same objection, Your Honor. He's attempting to testify and offering hearsay statements into the record.
I'm not attempting to testify.
Sustained.
Grounds for the sustained?
For the reasons the state indicated.
The only trial in the history where the defense has no exhibits.
Do you recall?
You can ask the witness if he heard any horns at that time. That would be different.
Old girl Stephanie. You guys are so great in the chat. Y'all are hilarious.
What someone else may have reported would be hearsay if it's offered for the truth of the matter asserted.
Well, I'm reading from the report that he wrote.
That doesn't take away that it's hearsay.
I thought about that, Karen. I thought I'd do a live
Someone
stream
else said it. It's actually double hearsay.
and put some stuff together for him, and we'll mail it to him. Y'all gonna get me shot at.
Do you recall hearing about a vehicle blowing its horn?
Objection.
Grounds.
Same objection, Your Honor.
Overruled, he asked if this witness heard. That's how I heard the question. I think that's what you were asking. You mean at the...
Did you hear about a horn?
What did you hear, Your Honor?
If the question was, did this witness hear a horn, then the witness may answer the question. Did he hear about a horn? That's different. That would be hearsay. So why don't you rephrase your question, sir?
Did you hear a horn?
No.
Yeah, we'd have to use one of you guys that lives out of the country. Zephyr.
And just so we're clear, I assume that your question meant when he was at Barstow and Carina, because that's where he was positioned.
Correct.
Right? That's what you meant.
Kennedy, Ken doesn't
Is
think
that,
there was a
your
Marcus.
understanding?
Yes.
Okay. Very well. Next question.
So, Miss Kennedy, Ken, here's what we think, or here's what we've figured out, like with all the information that we've accumulated over the last year and a half or whatever. We think that Marcus was an old friend of his and was possibly the one that was in that video that he was in with the car in it. And he was unalived, probably out on the streets or something. We don't know how. Nobody's ever told me how he died. And the moo tattoo that he has on his forehead above his eyebrow is in honor of or in memory of Marcus. That's what we've heard anyway. Now that Stephanie, that old girl, he calls that old girl. We don't know if she's real or not. I don't know if she's real or not. Well, she wasn't one of the names that was in those police reports that I read, was she? I don't remember.
Do you have any other questions for this witness?
Yeah.
Mary on the wall.
Any reason why it would be in your report that a vehicle was blaring its horn?
Same objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
Assumes facts, not evidence. Calls for hearsay. Sustained.
Have you read the complaint in this matter?
No.
seen the complaint in this matter?
No.
No.
You yourself filed a claim in this matter?
No.
You know of anyone who filed a claim in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Relevance.
Overruled. He may answer if he knows.
No.
Do you recall whom subpoenaed you to testify here today?
Oh, Lord.
The state of Wisconsin via the Waukesha County District Attorney's Office.
You said state of Wisconsin. Who would you be referring to when you say state of Wisconsin?
The entity that is the state of Wisconsin judicial system.
We're
So the state of
watching this because
Wisconsin
it's
is an
the
entity
anniversary.
to the best of your knowledge.
The 1 year
Yes.
anniversary of the trial.
Is an entity a living, breathing human?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant. Argumentative.
Sustained. Next question.
Do you know if the state of Wisconsin is the plaintiff in this matter?
Yes.
He got
An
a law
entity
degree
is
from
the plaintiff?
Timu.
Objection. Argumentative.
Grounds.
Sustained.
That's good, Minx. That's a good one. Does the state of Wisconsin drive a tan Kia? Mark. We're almost at the end of this, you guys.
Have you ever had any interaction with the plaintiff in this matter?
Objection.
Grounds.
Irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained. It's also overly broad.
You ever had a phone conversation
Objection. Irrelevant.
with the plaintiff?
Ever go to happy hour with the plaintiff?
About this case?
About this case?
Overruled. You may answer.
No.
Ever meet the plaintiff on the top of the Empire State Building?
Have you ever seen the plaintiff in this case?
Objection, Your Honor.
Grounds.
This entire line of questioning is completely irrelevant.
Grounds.
Sustained on relevance grounds. Next question, please.
Hey, Mo. Did y'all see his fan club? Since we have over 500 people in here, I should bring it up, huh? Have you ever brought the plaintiff dinner and had a Netflix and chill night? Standard nerd said.
No further questions.
Was the
Thank you.
plaintiff
Any
at the
redirect?
Packers game? Can you spell plaintiff? I can't.
Nothing else. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. This will be a good opportunity to take a mid-afternoon.
Oh, yeah, I got them. I got them on that one. Oh, yeah, I got them good on that one. Yes, I did. All right, so for those of you, since you're still in here and there's over 500 people watching, let me show you this little video or little picture we got of him. Now, this was pulled off of his Twitter. Let me take down all of the banners so you guys can see it good. This was pulled off of his Twitter, and it was done on December 4th of 2015. He said, me and some fans, because y'all know he's a big rap star, right? Oh, yeah, he thought he was. But one thing I noticed is I just pulled this off about a week or 2 weeks ago. It only had one heart. So apparently, he didn't have a whole lot of fans. Maybe the one heart was from one of the girls in the picture. And the 2 reshares was from 2 of the girls in the picture. I don't know. But we all found that very interesting. Just thought y'all get a nice kick out of that one. Okay, guys. Y'all got to go get your little trick-or-treaters ready, or you got to go get your candy ready for the trick-or-treaters because they're going to be coming any time now. I wanted to make caramel apples and I never did it. Dad blast it. I'm going to go buy some at Walmart. I'm so lazy. Okay. Well, you guys have been wonderful in the chat. And for those that are just watching and not chatting, you guys have been great too. I appreciate you being here. And if you don't mind supporting my channel by liking and subscribing this video, I would greatly appreciate you, because that really does help the algorithm and it helps other people find me. So, y'all have a wonderful Halloween. Stay safe out there. Check those children's candies before they eat them. What else? I don't know what else to say because I don't have kids. Happy Halloween. And I'll tell you what, we'll go out with the way we came in. How about that? Let me get this set up for y'all. And.
Yes, I'm not stupid.
Well, I disagree with that, sir.
Yes, I'm not.
I've been muted the whole time I was talking, wasn't I? Was I muted the whole time? Son of a biscuit eater. I'm so sorry. All right, we'll go out with another replay then. Thank you all for being here so much. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for spending the morning with me. You guys have a safe Halloween. And be sure to check those trick-or-treaters' candies before they get any. And what else? Oh, and then y'all be like me and then go to CVS or Walmart first thing in the morning and go grab all the candy that's been marked down 50% off, right? Am I right? That's where I'll be, at the CVS. Have a blessed day, everyone.
Yes, I'm not stupid.
Well, I disagree with that, sir.
Yes, I'm not.
Bye, y'all.